First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT22 News at 6 with John Paul and Juliana Ferrari.
We are off the top here at 6 o'clock with new details on breaking news on that deadly terror attack on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. Here's what we know here at 6 o'clock. Just minutes ago, the death toll increased. Investigators now confirm 15 people are dead and more than 30 others hurt. We are also learning more about the suspect and why investigators believe he may have had help. It all happened around 3:15 at the world-famous Canal and Bourbon Street intersection when a truck plowed through a crowd of people. The attack has postponed today's Sugar Bowl between Notre Dame and Georgia until tomorrow. We begin our live team coverage here at 6 o'clock with WSBT22 Cicely Porter. She talked with some of the Irish fans who are currently in New Orleans. And Cicely, the fan that you talked to said that the attack there was just unbelievable.
Fans are shocked to learn about what happened while they were asleep. I talked with two people who were in the exact location of where the tragedy took place just hours before it occurred.
It's now a somber day in New Orleans. 10 are dead, over 30 are injured, and Bourbon Street is closed for an FBI investigation. Many Notre Dame fans made the trip to New Orleans to start the new year off by watching the Irish take on Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. But now they are left in shock, along with the rest of the nation.
I think shock was my initial reaction, especially knowing that we were so close and we had literally just left that area.
Ward is from Elkhart and was planning on going to the game. He says he heard sirens but didn't think anything of it.
We actually laid down at about 3:30. We heard the sirens, didn't think anything of it, but then when we woke up this morning, that's when we first found out about everything.
I talked with a father and son who made the trip to watch the game because they are big Irish fans. The father said he woke up to his phone buzzing with texts to see if him and his son were okay. Puzzled, he turned on the TV to see that the attack happened in the exact spot him and his son were just hours before.
I was stunned to see it. And then I started looking at other pictures that we had taken, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly where we were at.
Patel says he was hoping the game would go on.
I think if you don't go forward with the game, obviously you have to have safe conditions, right? But then the terrorists win, right? That's what they want to do. And so they want to take away our freedom and our opportunities and all that sort of stuff. And I think I think from that standpoint, it's important to go forward with the game.
The game was postponed to tomorrow. Kickoff is at 4 p.m. Patel says he was able to extend his stay and will be at the game to cheer on the Irish. At the live desk, Cicely Porter, WSBT22 News.
Notre Dame President Father Bob Dowd releasing this statement saying that our prayers are with the family members and loved ones of all of those impacted by the terrible attack in New Orleans early this morning. We also pray for all of those injured and extend our deepest gratitude to the brave first responders who risk their lives to protect others. To be in solidarity with those who suffer is to exemplify the spirit of Notre Dame. Today we are in solidarity with all of those impacted by the tragedy. The WSBT22 sports team is staying at a hotel not far from the scene. They have been there all day for us, talking to witnesses about what they saw. Sugar Bowl officials making the decision to postpone for public safety just hours ago. And Sports Director Pete Burns, Sports Anchor Bennett Wise, continuing our live team coverage in New Orleans now, staying on top of the latest developments. Guys, what have you learned?
Yeah, and JP, safety is at the forefront of every decision being made here right now in New Orleans, which is why the football game has actually been postponed twice. Earlier today, they moved it back 24 hours. They've since moved it up a little bit. The game is now currently scheduled to be played tomorrow at 4 o'clock Eastern time, 3 o'clock in the afternoon here in New Orleans. I want to give you guys a sense of what's happening right now, though, here in New Orleans. We're on Canal Street. Our hotel, which you mentioned, is about 2 blocks that way behind our camera. And right here behind us is the intersection of Bourbon and Canal, where this terrible tragedy all unfolded last night. It's still an active crime scene, although not nearly as hectic as it was earlier in the day, and there are lots of people just walking up and down the street here, kind of an eerie sense, Bennett, because the street has been shut down. But you were here most of the day, and it was quite a different environment earlier this morning.
I think I came out to the street right here around 9 o'clock Central Time, 10 o'clock Eastern, and you had some people walking along the sidewalk, peering down Bourbon Street to see what was going on. Some people hadn't heard the news yet. You didn't get a notification or a text from anybody, a loved one. It was quiet, the last few days when we've been here. This entire street at all times was blaring music, and people were laughing and having fun, and that all changed early this morning. And when I was out here at 9 o'clock, you could see multiple coroner vehicles helping those victims from this horrid attack. And you could sense from people just the fear, the worry, and the sorrow that they have for all the events that transpired.
And now at the moment, the scene appears to be much more secure than it was earlier this morning. There's still a very heavy police presence, which you can see, and there has been some police activity and some emergency vehicles up and down the street, which is otherwise shut down over the last several hours. But I did hear an interview with the Attorney General of Louisiana not long ago. She's been visiting with the New Orleans stations that are here on the scene covering the event, and her anticipation is that they are going to be primarily wrapped up by the end of the day today, so they feel like they're making good progress. And I also heard her say that she doesn't see any reason to think that there won't be a Sugar Bowl game played tomorrow. So for all of the thousands of fans that have made their way down here to New Orleans to watch Notre Dame take on Georgia, while the game has been postponed twice, and you can't tell for sure what's going to happen tomorrow, it is the current assumption of the local officials that tomorrow there will be a game played at the Superdome, and that's where we will see everyone next. Our live coverage from New Orleans will continue tomorrow prior to Notre Dame's game against Georgia. But in the meantime, if anything major breaks from down here, we will be sure to update you immediately on WSBT.com. But for right now, reporting live from New Orleans for Bennett Wise, I'm Pete Byrne, WSBT 22 News.
All right, Pete, thank you for that. Local watch parties at bars and restaurants forced to change their plans because of the terror attack. WSBT 22's Nick Outhoff continues our live team coverage in downtown South Bend tonight. Nick, as crews make adjustments on the fly, organizers at one local watch party told you safety always comes first.
Yeah, JP, organizers at South Bend Brewworks say they are disappointed that the game has been rescheduled to tomorrow, but say player safety and fan safety is the #1 priority.
Terrorist attacks in New Orleans forcing Notre Dame's Sugar Bowl contest with Georgia to be delayed until tomorrow. South Bend Brewworks owner says the postponement is understandable.
It's for good reasons, I'm sure. You want to make sure that everyone's going to be safe down there. There's probably all kinds of information that everybody's trying to track down and follow up on right now, and it probably is just better to, act with an abundance of caution at this point and make sure that, no one else is going to be in danger.
Organizers say sporting events like this one of this magnitude are great for the community to come together as one. Juan Canciano, a community organizer for tomorrow's watch party, says the people in New Orleans area comes first.
It's disappointing to see that the game is being moved, but for all the right reasons. I think for the safety and security of everyone in the community and all the tourists in New Orleans, that everyone's safe and secure. If they don't have all the information for what they need, that it's best that they made the right decision for the sake of the fans and for everyone else in the city.
The Notre Dame versus Georgia watch party will now begin tomorrow. There will be over 26 different local beers, and the kitchen will be available for guests to order. Parking will be available at the corner of Lafayette and Western. Castiano says he can wait one more day for the big game.
Events like this, whether it's a watch party or community gatherings, are a wonderful and easy way to bring folks together. What easier way than to do that also to ring in the new year, to have a ton of fun. Also, supporting local is a big thing for a lot of us here locally.
Now, organizers say even though the game has been postponed until tomorrow, they do expect a big turnout tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock here at South Bend Brewworks, and also a big Notre Dame victory tomorrow as well. Live at South Bend Brewworks, I'm Nick Outhoff, WSBT 22 News.
Get breaking news alerts, including the latest developments on the terror attack on Bourbon Street by downloading the WSBT 22 News app. You'll get the newest information from our crews in New Orleans and right here in South Bend as this story continues to develop. You can find it free in the Google Play and Apple App stores.
The sun has set over South Bend on St. Joseph Health Skycam, and things are fairly quiet out there right now. Parts of Lake Michigan are still spitting out some lake effect snow showers, but that appears to be slowing down quite a bit as we enter the overnight hours. And you can see that our area has gone pretty quiet in terms of snow showers. We had quite a few snow showers throughout the day today. I had to clean my car off earlier this afternoon, but as of now, things are pretty quiet and cold. A lot of us are hanging out into the low 30s and in the upper 20s as well. Dowagiac hanging out at around 31 degrees. The wind chills, though, are a lot chillier. Like in Dowagiac, for example, I just used, it feels like 21 degrees. Most of us are feeling in the teens or 20s right now, so it is a cold night for sure. And it's going to stay cold as we head into the overnight hours with temperatures hanging out in the mid-20s. It's not going to warm up too much tomorrow either, only around 30 degrees for your high tomorrow. We are going to stay fairly cool tomorrow, around 25 degrees at 8 and then 30 late in the afternoon. I have your details for tomorrow and then the rest of your week coming up here in just a little bit.
All right, Aaron, we'll see you then. There's more news to get to here at 6 o'clock. The Berrien County Sheriff's Department investigating a phone scam. The department says it's received multiple calls from people who were contacted by someone claiming to be a lieutenant or sergeant with the department. The caller then reportedly telling people they've missed jury duty or that a warrant was issued for their arrest and they need to provide payment to resolve the issue. The Sheriff's Department says at no point will it contact you via phone demanding money. If you get a call like this, report it to the Berrien County Sheriff's Office. We're just getting started here at 6 o'clock. Some at Elkhart County celebrating the new year surrounded by nature. We'll show you how. This is WSBT22 News, the area's most watched 6 o'clock news.
You're watching WSBT22 News at 6.
Snowy trails and crisp winter air greeted hikers at Boot Lake Nature Preserve in Elkhart County today for the annual first day hike. WSBT 22's Tiana Baxter spoke with some hikers who were enjoying this free event.
The first day hike is a chance for people to welcome the new year surrounded by nature.
This event is a cherished tradition that invites the community to connect with nature and start the year in a healthy, refreshing way. Some have turned the event into an annual tradition. For them, the hike is about much more than just a walk. It's a chance to reflect on the year ahead and catch up with friends, even with the cold temperatures.
We enjoy it, we talk, catch up, talk about what our goals are going to be for the new year and hope to continue with them.
The snow, we noticed on the walk-in that how pretty it was with the snow and when it started, and yeah, we just really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Park officials say it's a simple yet meaningful way to begin the year, connecting nature and each other. Reporting in Elkhart County, Tiana Baxter, WSBT 22 News.
While some hiked outdoors today, others got on their bicycles to enjoy the first day of the new year. The annual Polar Bear Ride was in Granger today. Riders started at the Martin Supermarket near State Road 23 in Adams. It's the event's 16th year.
Here are your numbers for today. We reached a high temperature of 36 degrees. That's about 3 degrees above average. It's going to be one of the last times we can talk about above average for a while. Low is 29 degrees. That's about 10 degrees above average. Sunrise tomorrow is at 8:12 a.m. I'll have your full forecast for you coming up here right after this break.
Now, your accurate storm alert forecast with Aaron May.
Here's what we're tracking for you tonight. A few snow showers are possible as we head into the overnight hours. We're going to stay well below freezing for a while. Snow's possible late this week, and then well below average temperatures follow along right behind it. Here's Storm Tracker Live radar. The lake has quieted down over the past hour or so. That means things for us have gotten much quieter. You have to go up into Kalamazoo and north before you start seeing any of those lake effect snow showers currently taking place. Our winds right now are anywhere between 15 to about 20 miles per hour, so it is a fairly breezy evening out there. Our wind chills are down into the mid to upper teens in some places, so you're going to want to bundle up if you're heading out for dinner. For the rest of the night tonight, you could see a couple of those isolated snow showers still coming off of the lake. We're not anticipating any real accumulation, maybe just a dusting at most on the top of your car or on some grassy surfaces. Tomorrow's going to be much of a similar story, except even fewer isolated snow showers than what we saw today. You can see it is going to be a fairly chilly start to your day tomorrow, around 24 degrees at 8 o'clock, and then by 4 o'clock, we're going to be pushing around 30 degrees, and we cannot rule out a few isolated snowflakes or two. As we head into Thursday and then Friday, we could be dealing with some more isolated snow showers during the early parts of the day on Friday and during the day on Friday as well. But we're not anticipating any major snow events at this moment until we get Sunday into Monday. This is our next big weather maker. You see the system forming out to our west right here. This is going to be causing some issues for the Ohio Valley, Indiana, maybe Michigan as well. Here's the details that we have for you right now. It's going to be much colder late week, highs in the low to mid 20s. The system develops late Sunday into Monday for us. But here's the big kicker for us. We are still trying to nail down a track. If this track goes more to the north, we're going to be seeing more snow. If it dives down to the south, we're going to be seeing less snow. So if this thing moves north, we're going to be seeing a lot more of these whites and blues behind me. If it moves south, that's going to be more in Indianapolis, Dayton, and Cincinnati. So here's our confidence meters for this. We don't have the most confidence right now on the storm track. That's what we're really starting to work out. Our timing we feel more confident about late Sunday and into Monday. Precipitation, it's hard for us to tell right now until we get a good hold on that track. And as data comes in, we'll be able to get a better idea on the track of those cells, or that storm rather. For tonight, we're going to be around 23 degrees. It's going to be fairly gusty, helping us keep pretty cold and feeling pretty cold throughout the overnight hours. 30 degrees tomorrow and a stray snow shower cannot be ruled out. It's going to be fairly breezy as well. Over the next 7 days, our big story is that no matter what happens, we are going to be cold, with temperatures dipping down into the low 20s for highs and during the day down into the teens. So, JP, we are looking at some fairly cold temperatures coming up for us.
All right, Aaron, we are staying on top of breaking news in New Orleans. The act of terror has claimed the lives of 15 people and postponed tonight's Sugar Bowl matchup between Notre Dame and Georgia. We'll talk about the impacts on the college football playoffs and latest scores from today's bowl games. Sports is next.
This sports segment on WSBT22 is sponsored by Beacon Health System.
As a reminder, the Notre Dame and Georgia game has been postponed due to this terror attack that is captivating the nation. So the game will take place tomorrow at 4 p.m. according to ESPN. Now that was officially confirmed within the last hour. When Notre Dame and Georgia square off tomorrow in the All-State Sugar Bowl, the winner will take on the Penn State Nittany Lions, who defeated Boise State last night in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. Let's take a look at how Penn State got there. Penn State's Drew Aller takes the shotgun snap near the goal line, and he airs this one to one of his favorite targets, Tyler Warden, over 1,000 receiving for the year. There's a few more for the touchdown. Boise State, they're going to battle back with this 8-yard run from the backup running back. Penn State now leads 14-7. Second half kicks off in flying fashion. Boise State hitting the ground running literally with this big play through the air, another tight end touchdown for the game. But after this close game, Penn State is going to pull away thanks to another Tyler Warden touchdown, and they're going to pull away late in the second half. Now, it was close, but Penn State wins this one big, 31-14, and holding Heisman Trophy runner-up Ashton Jeanty to a season-low 104 yards and no touchdowns, coming up 28 yards short from breaking the all-time single-season rushing record set by the great Barry Sanders. And wrapping up under an hour ago was the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Regulation ends 24-24. We had OT. Texas needs to convert on this 4th and 13 to keep the game alive, and they do. Quinn Ewers connects with Matthew Golden. We go to second overtime now. First play in second overtime. Ewers connects with Gunnar Helm for the touchdown. Texas two-point conversion is good. Texas now leads 39-31 in second overtime. And Arizona State, they're going to need a big play to get back, but the ball ends up in the hands of a Texas defender for a walk-off interception. Texas wins in a thriller, 39-31. And Texas will play the winner of this game that we're about to show you. It's going to be Ohio State and Oregon, which is looking pretty one-sided right now. It's the battle between the Ducks and the Bucks, and it's happening right now. Ohio State scored in the first few minutes, and they're getting out to a big lead, 24-0. We're going to head to halftime here soon. But as a reminder, the game tomorrow, the All-State Sugar Bowl between Notre Dame and Georgia, will be tomorrow at 4 p.m. I know we're following that breaking news. Our team coverage with WSBT22 sports anchor and sports director Bennett Wise and Pete Byrne are down there, and they're going to be taking care of us from down there. So,
all right, Sean, thank you. Back in a moment.
Things are going to start getting pretty cold as we enter throughout the rest of the week into the low 20s for highs. We're going to be struggling to get above freezing for a while. We do have a chance for the next big weather maker to come in Sunday into Monday, but we are tracking the track of that potential winter storm for you as we get closer to date. So we'll keep you updated on that.
Aaron, thank you, and thank you for making WSBT 22 your choice for news at 6. Don't forget about us. We'll see you back here tonight at 10 and 11.